This was an unplanned live coding session where I start working on some old apps which I want to bring up to Swift and then into SwiftUI. So they're old Objective-C. How to start that? A couple of things. First, make sure I still have tests that work. And I did find and fix a bug along the way. And the second in this session is to add nullability annotations to Objective-C interfaces. Hello, I'm not expecting anyone to be here today because this is not my normal streaming time. This is completely ad hoc, but it's a project I've wanted to do, so why not? My name is John Reed. I am an iOS developer and a technical coach, working with teams, various companies. But now I'm actually looking to get a job as getting back into full-time iOS development. So if you know anyone who is looking for a skilled iOS developer who happens to be a unit testing expert, that's me. Come to my qualitycoding.org page and there is a Hire Me button at the top, or you can just come to that link. But that's enough of that. What am I doing? I want to take, I wrote a couple of apps for a family member over 10 years ago. Well, hello, BitSpectre shows up, howdy. So I want to take a couple of apps that I wrote for a family member. They're really simple, but I wrote them like 12 years ago. So I'd really like to change them into SwiftUI, but of course, they're not in Swift. So let's figure out where this goes. I would like to start with a new discovery tree. The easiest way to do that is in Miro, and to go to the Miroverse and type in discovery tree. And there is a template from my friend and colleague, Steve Kuo. Let's use that. Please wait, the template is loading. There we go. I don't need the example. I can get rid of that. Long press to unlock. Okay, unlock. Unlock. Buy. Whoop. Unlock. Buy. There's a stray thing here. That's probably locked. Can I delete that? Okay. And now I don't have a team. For more info on discovery trees. Well, hey, Omar. I really wasn't expecting anyone to show up. I want to work on a different project, completely ad hoc, to convert something, old apps from Objective-C to Swift to SwiftUI. This is not what I want there. Second, I've gotten my windows misaligned. This is not my normal streaming time. Great article by my friend on discovery trees for folks who want to learn that. All about it. Whoops. Darn it. Open the recently closed chat window, please. God darn it. I'm messing everything up. Hang on a second. Let's go back to Twitch. Oh, this will get really crazy. Inception. Stream manager. Here we go. Hello, Mr. Meadow. Pardon me while I get my system back up. All right. So, posted that. Hang on, I'm trying to set up my discovery tree here. Talk by Steve about discovery trees. Oh, I should post that. Well, it's nice not to be alone. I really wasn't expecting anyone to show up.
I'm Steve Quill, one of the hosts here for the Seattle Crowd.
Thank you, Steve. Okay. Main work item. This is Jane app conversion Obj-C to SwiftUI. That is the goal. Where do we start? Will this be added to a YouTube list? I'm not even recording it locally, which I normally do. I can download the VOD. I don't know that I'll put this into a new thing or not, but maybe I should. I don't know how many people would be interested in going from Objective-C to SwiftUI. So I don't know. Where do we start? The first place I want to start is by running tests. Because this is a 12-year-old project. Really? Well, I'll give it a try. So here it is. It's actually a workspace that has 2 apps in it. No, not beaches. That's the wrong one. This is for get my positioning right. This is actually, let me close everything. There's no close all tabs. I find that annoying. I want to be able to clear out everything. This is actually 2 closely related apps that use a lot of shared infrastructure. There is, let me just give you a little tour. Let's start and run this thing. Beaches and trails. Trails is the first one I wrote, and then beaches And this is Aunt Jane's guide, Beach's guide to Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore in Michigan. You're going to laugh when you see this UI. It looks so old, but it's a table view. Wow, it's not honoring safe space, I don't think. Maybe it is. Let's go to all the beaches. With everything has just a photo, a little quote from Aunt Jane, her rating of it, and some information. And we can go to, yes, let's allow my location. We can go to any of these beaches. Let's say we want to go to this one, North Bar Lake Beach. 4 stars, often very crowded. Direction, some notes. Look at this old-fashioned, the look of these stars. It's kind of cute, isn't it? You live there? No way. That's funny. Map and directions to North Bar. And this is the thing that says, you want to go to the Maps app? Yeah. The Maps app is going to, okay, give you driving directions from the simulated location, which is Apple in Cupertino, out to, come back. Out to that beach. We should be able to see here. It is a long, long way. Whee, there it is. That's basically the idea behind these apps. But they are Objective-C. Whee. All right. Let me run tests. Actually, let me first make sure I am clean. It is a long, long way. Let's run the tests for the first time in forever. And test failed. Not much of a surprise that the snapshot tests would fail. Snapshot tests are very fragile. So we've got Beach's root view. Oh, and really not great that it goes. I've learned so much about unit testing since I wrote this. The failures are going to, well, I guess that one is pretty good. No, it's all right. It's all right. Never mind what I was going to say, but it still looks funny to me. Yeah, the verify view controller is not taking the location of the calling test. It is relying on Xcode's sort of like who called what, instead of identifying that as the failure, it identifies it deeper down. Not the best way to do it. I've learned a lot since then. Snapshots. What's wrong with these snapshots? To see the snapshot artifacts, they are not in the project, but they're sitting in there. So let's see. You know what would be maybe the easiest way to update the snapshots is to just say, turn the record mode on. Let's start with the smaller batch, the root view. Let's turn the record mode on and rerun this and see if it'll fail by, is it attaching the debugger? My goodness. No, it's not. Okay. At least I had that much in place. So it recorded new artifacts, and it's not easy to see them. There they are. Oh. They are marked at 3x, which doesn't exist because, here, let's go to this reference images. You can see the actual reference images are at 2x. They're kind of old. So I guess my question is it awful? Does it look okay? There's a lot more at the top here, which is probably to make room for all sorts of stuff like the the simulator. Snapshot tests, you have to use the same simulator. Yep. No, thank you for the links. If I don't know you, if I do know you, or if you're actually here to visit and want to share something interesting, say hello. Otherwise, goodbye. Yeah, there's a lot more space at the top because I'm using a different simulator. Let's see. It was probably an iPhone 8. What if I try it with iPhone 8? Let's try it. Oop, unknown. Come on. No runtimes. Okay, forget iPhone 8. I don't want to spend the time to do that. I'm going to declare that it's good enough. I'll keep the old ones there. And I'll use the new ones as the reference, and they look okay. You know, just looking at the app running, it seems to be okay. So yeah, let's record the new ones. Having recorded the new ones, these will now pass. Good. Let's go to the failure and record new ones here. Yeah, abandoning might be good, but they're there. Abandoning is not a bad strategy. But they're there. Let's go here. We've got That's the other one. Right, looking at it, it looks okay. Looking at it running gives me confidence that it's fine. So I'm just going to accept the new snapshots. Oh, it passed because I recorded new ones by setting it to yes. But when it's yes, it fails. It's like if it's in record mode, and this is super old FP snapshot test case style recording. And I may not update these, we'll see. But as long as you're recording, the test will fail. And once you've recorded new ones, everything should pass. Let's just get it in place. There. That was all 367 tests. I imagine a lot of these tests are gross. I think most snapshot testing works that way, where if you're, as long as you have record on, it's be like, it'll warn you. The newer one from, what's their faces? I'm blanking on the name. The folks who make TCA, the composable architecture, they've got the best snapshot tool out there. So let's get this in. Oh, that's for beaches. Well, this is a test-only change, record new snapshots. 3x snapshots for beaches. We need to do the same thing for trails. Whoops. Oh, this is so old. Or is it my signing agent? Let me try that. There we go. That's one set. There's also the Trails app. Oh, I have an all tests. That's good. Let's wait. I don't know what all tests is. I'm not sure I trust it. Let's go to Trails and run those. I expect we'll also have failing snapshots out here. And by golly, I think I'm not using an app delegate. It looks like it's actually launching, which is not ideal. Filter by failing. Same thing here. Let's rerun these. Fails, turn off the recording. This will pass. And having these in place will at least ensure that as I refactor things, the layout stays the same. Now, at some point, that's not going to be helpful. But for now, why not? They're there. Okay. Add snapshots for, oh wait, let's take a look at them. Very similar, except for the space at the top. That's curious. This one I don't think is relevant because I'm not using a banner. There hasn't been an update to these to the Trails info in a long time. I should contact Aunt Jane. That's the Aunt Jane is the name she goes by. She's not my aunt. She's like my wife's cousin. Let's just have a look. Okay, there. Ooh, there's some clipping there. That's not great. But you know what? Ooh, that is not good. And that's exactly why I have the descenders in there. That makes me worry a little. Did I not notice this with the others? Oh, here they're not clipped here because there's only one line. The name of the beach. This is not good. I don't like this. Okay, Miro. I think I found a bug. Let's run Trails. This is... Yeah, it's getting clipped right there. Look at that. It's a bug. Okay, so I don't want to refactor this. That is, I don't want to accept these. That's just no good. These are fine. These are bad. What changed in the project file? Must have been an update. Let's see. Yeah, that's just a version update. Let's get some stuff in here, like that. Oh, wait. Let's... No. Let me back out. Let's try again. So, Trails, Descenders, do not clip. A bug. I wasn't aware that we had a bug. My. Well, this should be curious. This is not the direction I was planning to go, but you'll get to see what some of this old stuff looked like. And just to rerun the trails tests again, we can get back to the part in question easily. Trails root view controller and trail view. It was the root view, I think. Yeah, it is the root view. All right, let's work on the root view. Root view controller is out here. It's in the shared class. Time to become familiar with what it has. An image view, activities table view, an activities table, app info, info view, list of activities. All those things are like, there's the info view, controller. Oh, it's a controller factory to go out to the info view. That's unrelated. So it is probably the table view of activities. Let's see how that's set up. What's it called? There's not much in here. Let's go to the Trails root view controller. The root view controller factory. Wow, I don't remember how any of this is set up. All right, let's get some debugging. Oh, I've got the debugger on. Well, that's okay. Run trails with the debugger. And figure out what's going on. Look at that clip. What is this? A UI label. Inside of the UI table view content. UI table view cell content view. Okay. And that's the root trails root view cell. Right click on any view. You mean here? Trails root view cell. I want to go to wherever this is, but there doesn't seem to be. Oh, that's interesting. Focused. I've never seen that. So it's like isolate everything else, forget everything, just concentrate on the bit that's that you want to see. That's pretty cool. Let's go to the It's got 2 UI labels in there. Here we are. This is starting to look familiar. Remember nibs? Nibs and zibs? Ooh, look at that. We can see the clipping right there. So well, I ought to be able to fix it up. There's a name label and the trail type label. Good. I ought to be able to fix it up just by nudging things. And I think it might be like a new font. How is it laid out? Constraints. Oh, I forgot about constraints. Here we go. This is a trip down memory lane. Remember constraints? We've got the name and the trail type. The name, trailing, leading, top is less, top margin -2. Hey, Grant. Oh, height for row. Forgotten about such things. Let's see. Here's the root view with the table view. That's just the image on top. So the table view, row height. But you're suggesting, why don't we just give it a little more space and see if that fixes it? Let's make sure we're clean. The outlet, I trust. I'm not concerned about the outlet. What I want to see is if we just give it more space, will it open up a bit? Let's see what happens. Let me just increase this a lot. Having done that, though, the cell height itself, how does the cell know anything? Yeah, it thinks its height is 67, and I don't know how to change that. I'm pretty sure that I'll still have the clipping when we look at this. No, we won't. Okay, so that's a simple solution. Very nice, Mr. Meadow. is to say, well, if they're too close together, why not give them more space? No. Oh, there's the height. Okay. So now I should be able to eyeball this better and say, let's make it 70. Oh, okay on the image view. Yeah, the image view I think is just for the caret. Let's call it 70. Now let's set this to 70 to match, just to match up. With that, should be in the clear. Let's try it. Right, for row nothing explicitly, everything is height for row at. Oh, so you're saying it's calling out to the delegate. Asking for height for row. This is in the info view controller. Let's look at the info view is a different piece of the set of this app. The info view is out here, where you can say, give me more info about Sleeping Bear Dunes. Give me some area recommendations. I don't know that anyone actually uses these, but that's what this is. So it's a different part of the app. I think we're clear. Thank you, though, for reminding me to check such things. It's been so long. With this, let's run tests. Hopefully the only tests that fail will be the snapshots. Good. And it wasn't the root. Yeah, it was the root trails, root view. It was the root view. Let's look at this. Go out here. And see how, there we go. So that's actually a bug fix. Surprise. In this case, I remember that I tried to put as much as possible into the zib. So I think we got the height in the only two places that matter. The cell height and the table view is just arbitrary, but it's nice that it matches the cell height. So let us set this back and do this one also. This will not exhibit the problem, but it will still update because I'm using a different, oops. using a different simulator. Trail view controller. That's the one. Let's just take a quick look. That's good. And that's good. Let's get these in place. Run the tests. Should be green. 9 warnings. Hey, Junaid. Yes, a surprise session. Aren't you up late? Surprise ad hoc working on Obj-C. My goal is to take these apps, which are like 12 years old, and I want to redo them in SwiftUI. But to do that, that's not going to work in Obj-C. And to do that, I actually found a bug. So this is a bug fix with really no lines of code, but one change to the cell height. Increase trail cell height to fix descenders getting clipped. All right. So yes, the test pass. What else is next? The next thing to do, I think, is to add annotations. Oh, come on. Line up. What? These arrows are going to drive me nuts. Just get, oh. Whatever. Oh, I see. It's that arrow that's out of whack. Fine, fine. Oh, well. There. Annotations, let's remember what they are. Annotations around nullability. I doubt that I have any. It's been a long time. Okay, so nullable, non-null. That's the easiest way to do things. Where to start? Maybe with the warnings. Ooh, deprecations. I don't want to deal with those. I can update to the recommended settings. That's easy enough. you can see I have done some work on this in Xcode 13.3. But I certainly wasn't about to work on Swift at that, up changing from Objective-C to Swift for that time. That's too high up. Hang on a second. There we go. This is an environment change. Upgrade project to Xcode 15. All right, nullability. Pointers, pointers, pointers everywhere. And I can go through and annotate everything. There is also, the regions. Assume non-null. Let's do that. I don't want to annotate every damn thing. I just want to say, you know what? I probably don't have nils or null pointers anywhere. So let's get those in to the interfaces. To do that, let's filter by can I do it like that? Yeah. Here we go. I wonder if, I don't know if there's an easy way to do this across all these files. I have to add all these. Is there an easy way? Here we go. I'm just going to start where I want it. Why not? Well, this is dull. How are things? All you 5 of you folks who have joined me on this surprise session. What's happening out there while I mindlessly go through? How many are these are there? Okay, maybe I should just start with those. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Boring. If I can change everything to say, look, assume non-null. And I do have, if I have any null pointers anywhere, then I can annotate those. Wow, great question, Grant. Let's build what I have. Let me say, actually, how much else is there in the shared? Let me commit what I have. What is this? I don't know the risk, but it built without complaining. And these are build time checks. They're not runtime checks. So I'm going to say it's low risk. Medium risk. Add do to shared headers. I'm just going to keep adding to this one. Let's keep going. Second. So, Tommy, this is a, I don't know how much of this you've seen. This is not a game. This is an actual app in the store, which probably all 5 people who use it care about. A catalog of trails and beaches at a state park in Michigan. My goal is to convert it. My goal is to convert it Objective-C to Mastermind. So this is a completely off the charts, unplanned, ad hoc streaming. Thank you for being here so that I'm not alone. That's nice of you. All right, let's get these in place. If I were to do this for thousands of files, I would want to automate this. This is painful as it is. It's surprisingly complex code for being such a simple app. Isn't that how apps are? From the outside, it's easy to assume, you know, there's not much to it. And on the inside, all this stuff. All right. because we've got a web view, an activity view, a map view, some utilities, and a few categories. Wow. And that's not counting the info view. Excellent quote. Let's just add these to the same commit. I don't care. This is a lot, though. It does make me sigh. Carrying on. One of my hopes is that a lot of this code will shrink down with SwiftUI to very, very little. There's also a lot of zib-based or nib-based dependency injection, which obviously is not going to hold. This is when I wish I'd figured out how to set up music for my stream, but I never did. I tried many times. It never worked because it has to be licensed, otherwise you get slapped for it. I can't just play you my Spotify stream that I would normally listen to. Does it build? Do the tests build? Oh, I've increased the number of warnings. No, I haven't. These are all bogus. No, I am increasing warnings by dealing with conflicting types. Well, tough. How many more in the shared section? Look at this. A macro. A macro to get the size of a hard-coded C array. That's something I haven't seen in a long time. Do. I think now that I'm actually increasing warnings and we're getting some sort of runtime warning there, it's probably because I'm changing all of these in the shared portion because it's shared across the two apps, the Trails app and the Beaches app. And the places that call them or the places that subclass them are like, what the heck? I'm not non-null. Tommy's idea is nice. Tommy. That's a very nice idea. I wonder how to do it on selected files. I don't think Xcode's going to help me. I'd probably have to do something out with writing an awk script. What I could do is do it everywhere and revert. Yeah. I do out here, but then there's the let's give it a try. Let's take one that doesn't have it like this. Those are the let's go deeper down. Say grab that, and I want that to look like that. Go through Xcode's awkward thing. There we go. Find everything. There's a couple places where it's going to get us into trouble. Ooh, more than a few. I wish there were a way, and this is where Xcode kind of falls down. The IntelliJ IDEs are much better about saying, show me the search results in a panel. I mean, that's sort of what we have right here. But then for each one, then go through and decide, do I want to exclude this one? Can I exclude it? Maybe I can. What if I hit delete? Ah. So let's get all the .m's and not do any of those. Let's do the .h's, and let's not do any of the shared ones. Hey, I'm learning something. And this is because I watched, kind of inspired by the Dub24 video on like Xcode tips. I forget what it was called. It was very nice. Shared. Can I delete them all? Exclude them all? It looks like it. That's the one. It's Code Essentials. Well, let's do them all. There are only 36 left. And I can now keep this open. Okay, I take back what I said about Xcode doesn't let me do it. it's a matter of getting used to learning from that Essentials video that it has some things, just not in the ways I expect. So like being able to delete things from the replacement list is nice. And now I can go through these, actually add them, and also make it so. Or I'll just add it out here. I don't need to do all that. Who cares? Consistency doesn't matter as much because all this code, we want it to go away. It should all become Swift. BB edit. It still doesn't suck. This was a very good idea, Tommy. I think you just saved me a lot of time. Moral of the story: you may not need to write a script. You may be able to use your tools. And it may not be as perfect, as seamless as a script where you go through and do everything in one shot, which is how I would do it for a giant project. But it's a heck of a lot faster. We'll see how many warnings we end up with after the fact. It's funny, Grant, considering how old BB Edit is. I haven't used it in some time. I switched to Sublime, and I don't remember why. All right. Drum roll. Let's build. Whoop. Oh, okay. We've got the ones. I doubt you could use it, do it that easily in GitHub. GitHub, you'd need some crazy code foo. Okay, we've got some places that have multiple definitions. I should be able to clean those up without too much trouble. And those are all in the tests. Oh, it worked. Let's try the beaches tests. So I'm doing Shift Command U to build. Hey, and now we got lots and lots and lots. Oh no. I've got lots and lots and lots of dead warnings. BB Edit has LSP support? No crap. That's really interesting. Wow. Well, that's something. All right, let's clear all issues. That's just garbage. Now we get some real warnings. Now we get some real things. Okay, good. So we're working on adding nullability annotations. First, it's like add to all headers. That is a done. And the next is fix warnings. Whew. It's 12:30. I'm starting to get hungry. So I'll probably take a break. And I don't know if I want to continue this today or not. Let's take a look at the warnings. 39. From the top down. Okay, from the top down. There are places where I am overriding. I'm marking it as NS unavailable, saying don't call this. Every one of those is going to have a warning. Because UI view controller, looking for init with nib name bundle. Init with nib name nullable, NS string, and nullable bundle. What was it? Where does the nullable come? Nullable first. So here, let's see if we can't do this all in one shot. I assume I have more than one of these. Right, so I want to take that, Command E to stick it into the replacement thing. I'll Command X that to cut it, and then I can stick it here and do a come back up here, hit return to find only 3. So let's do them. That should take it down at least somewhat. Replace all. Ooh. What the heck is this doing out here? Not sure how I ended. Oh, shoot. Let's try that again. I think I picked up too much. I'm going to do this a little more tediously. Try it again. Why is it sticking non-null and when I don't have it in here? That's really weird. Failure of something. There we go. Warnings coming down. Fix add annotations on overrides. What else we got? I'd kind of like to pound the warnings down, and then I'll go have lunch and probably call it a day and do other things. Key window, deprecated. We're ignoring those. Init with style. Also unavailable. Probably because these both take nullables because they're so old. Let's confirm that by looking at the definition here. Okay, yeah, not that one because it's not a pointer, but the reuse identifier is nullable. Not that you would ever use a null reuse identifier. It's just that that's how the world was. All right, I'm cutting that, Command-Eing that. Oh, that's the only case. Okay, never mind. "23 warnings down to 4, really? Let me build the tests as well. 22, okay. And I feel okay wrapping that into the previous commit. I'm just being lazy. Warnings, warnings. Ooh. Okay, so that's an actual thing we can no longer do in the test. I'm going to skip that. There are probably a few places where, yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I don't, now I'm going to need dummies. Ah. Cheers, Tommy. I'm finding places that need tests passing nil. Either need to, I don't know. I need to do something about those. And I don't know what yet. Oops. Not zoom. Slip of the finger. Okay. Tests. I'm just looking at these. Tests. Okay. So everything around it looks like a test that is unhappy. Let's try the Trails app again here. Tests, Trails tests, beaches tests. And other than that, some deprecations. Well, that's a pretty good start. What am I going to do with these? Like the trails, activity list, current list. Oh, that's mine. That's my API. Test making a root view should remember the activity list. All it's doing is guaranteeing that making the view controller with this plist should set up the current list. And this is a class. Come on. Question. Is it a static? Current list? Yes, it's a class. Well, this is going to be no fun if I work on Swift 6 concurrency stuff. But yeah, I can fix this by saying this can be nil. Can't I? At least it would be more honest. So I'm saying assume non-null. Class non-atomic strong nullable. 21 warnings down to 20. It's just being honest. Don't know if it's important, but that's one. Mark nullable as needed. This also is mine. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. Because these are my APIs. You know, is it great that it has a nullable presenter? Probably not. Whoops. This is, I need to go out to the header. "20 warnings down to unchanged. Why? Didn't I just change this? Don't believe it. I have no idea. Oh, completion handler. So what I'm really doing is I am working on the test passing in nil. Just making it honest. Okay, that should down to 20. Hurry before I get hungry. Let's go back to this one, and this is like, oh, it's passing in a nil here and a nil there. All right. So if I make this nullable, and this may look funny to say assume non-null, and hey, this is nullable, but as the only two arguments, but at least it's explicit. Let's change this one. 18 warnings, 17 warnings. I think I can come down one more. 16 warnings. We can do this. Forget the deprecation warnings. Present action sheet for URL. Go to the header with the Control Command up arrow. "16 warnings, 14 warnings. Next. Destination name, nil. I may be able to make these non-nil by passing in something. My habit was to pass in nil for stuff that didn't matter for a test. But I think it is fine to make it explicit first. Let's see, this is the SUT4 map driving. Driving directions. "14 warnings down to 11. Set map type from selector, where the sender, whoops, where the sender is nil. 11 warnings, 9. Show original map region with a nullable sender. 9 warnings to 8. Have an actual warning here I want to come to. Let me switch to the other app and build those tests as well. Okay, nothing there. Back to Trails. What is this? Nil passed to a callee that requires a non-nil. So it's like banner name. I made it. Did I make it nullable? I did. It's just a helper. If I mark this as nullable, will something else scream? That screams, because it's like, what the heck? All right, maybe it can start by saying, you know what? Set the banner name to empty string. There we go. That's a slightly different thing. All right. I think that's enough. I should go eat. Thanks for joining me. I wasn't expecting anyone to show up. Will I put this on YouTube? Well, maybe. See what my mood says after I eat lunch. I should go eat. So, in case I put it on YouTube, hey, if you like it, right? I'll see you around. I don't know when. Like, when will I continue this? I don't know. Depends on my mood. Hey, Koryuan. Thank you for joining and chatting.